Hello, everybody. My name is Alex. Welcome to my channel, and welcome to my first voiceover. I'm trying to speak in a soft tone voice to hopefully help you relax. I hope you all had a nice holiday season, and I hope the new year is treating you well so far. I meant to get this video up sooner, but decided to go outside my comfort zone and try this voiceover thing out. I've been a creative person my whole life. I've posted pictures of my art on social media for years now, but I never thought about making videos until about 5 months ago. A friend told me that when they're anxious or having a panic attack, they'll look at the pictures of my paintings and it helps them calm down. They asked if I would consider making ASMR style videos. I thought about it, and a week later I bought a cheap tripod with a light. I really do love the light. I'm new to all this. I'm trying and I'm learning. But if this helps my friend and anyone else out there, it'll be worth it. In this video, I'm painting the last Christmas card of 2024. Drawing this out took maybe a half hour. Drawing and painting old houses, castles, and palaces are one of my favorite things. I really enjoy the challenge, but painting this took me about an hour and a half to 2 hours. That's why I speed up my videos. People are always surprised by how long it takes me to finish a painting. They think it takes 6 hours or more. But that is how long it took when I first started. This house is just something I came up with. I didn't have a reference. I tried. You could probably tell I didn't have a reference. And I tried to make it look like one of those old Victorian houses. I really enjoy painting those. Whenever I make Christmas cards, I love adding little streams because those are really fun to paint. And sometimes I'll add snowmen or deer or birds, but for this one, I really needed to add a squirrel. I've never had a squirrel in one of my paintings before, and I really love how it turned out. And I guess for my first voiceover, I can tell you all a little about me and my art journey. I guess that's what they call it. But it all started when I was about 5 years old. I remember walking into my grandparents' kitchen. My grandfather was sitting at the table, drawing and drinking his coffee. He wanted to be a cartoonist, but he could make a drawing of a person look just like a photograph. At that time, he was drawing my grandmother. I was so amazed at how real it looked, and I remember telling him that I wanted to be an artist like him. He stopped and looked at me and said, "Anything is possible as long as you put your mind to it." And he gave me a sketchbook and a pencil. And from then on, I had a sketchbook with me, and I would draw every day. When I was old enough for my grandfather to help me and give me art lessons, he wasn't able to draw anymore. The arthritis in his hands was bad, and his hands would shake too much while holding a pen or a pencil. He gave me tips here and there. He showed me the correct measurements for drawing a person's face or body. And he taught me how to shade, but that was really it. He gave me the freedom to experiment and find my own style. And he was always so supportive. But I also think he was just excited to have a grandchild interested in art. We didn't have any other artists in the family. In school, I was known as the artist. Kids would want to watch me draw, but I did other things. I played piano and violin. I sang in several different choirs. I would also sing by myself in competitions. And I won those competitions. I was also really into creative writing. I always got the highest grade in my creative writing classes. I entered 2 writing contests and won one of them. And I almost went to college for writing. I still write from time to time, and I sing while I'm painting. That's why I don't have the sound on or audio on in my videos. But drawing is what stuck. In high school, I took 2 art classes. I learned a couple things in the first one, but didn't like the teacher. She was very particular and wanted everyone to be the same. But I'm glad I took that class because she introduced me to watercolor. And later she told me that I was doing watercolor wrong. But my senior year of high school, I decided to take another art class because there was a new teacher. She was nice and she was supportive of our uniqueness. She also really encouraged me with my art, especially with watercolor. She told me that the detail I was getting in watercolor was very difficult to do, but for me it just came easy. It was never difficult. I've worked with just about every medium out there in art. Acrylic, oil, pastels, chalk, charcoal, colored pencil, graphite. I've also done pottery, and I've sculpted things with clay. But watercolor is really my true love in art. I don't have to think about it, and it just makes me really happy. My grandfather was always so supportive of my art. He always encouraged me and told me how good I was doing. At least once a week, he would ask if I needed paper or other art supplies. And for my birthday or Christmas, he would always get me watercolor paper, a sketchbook, and something that wasn't art related. My other family members weren't supportive or amazed by my art until about 12 years ago. And after high school, I decided to take a year off, and I spent every single day making art. I sold some pieces, and I was really happy with where I was. Later on, I decided not to go to college. At that time, my grandfather's health started to decline. I wanted to be there for him. It was very difficult, but I don't regret it. Before he got too sick, he told me, "I knew you would grow to be a good artist, but I didn't know you would be this good. You have exceeded my expectations, and I'm really proud of you. See, I told you anything was possible." He was sick for 2 years, but it felt a lot longer than that. He had several different health issues, but the worst part of it was that his mind was bad, and it got worse as time went on. He would forget things and people. He didn't know what day it was, but he always remembered me and my art. I, along with 2 other family members, helped take care of him. And whenever I sat with him, I had my sketchbook. And I took my sketchbook with me to every hospital and doctor's visit. I haven't carried a sketchbook around with me since, but I'm changing that in 2025. I want to create more than what I had been. The last thing my grandfather said to me before he passed was, "Just keep painting. Promise me." And that was 7 years ago. I had to add this about him here, because without him, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be the person or artist I am today without him. And let's just appreciate this little tiny squirrel just for a second. That is the tiniest animal I've painted, and I'm so proud of myself. Just look how cute he is. He's just so cute. But I've obviously kept my promise. I'm still painting. But it's taken me years to heal and figure things out. At one point, I did stop making art for about 6 months. And that was the worst my mental health had ever been. It became better once I started creating again. So I know art is an essential. I need it like I need water or air to breathe. I'm often asked how I have the patience to draw and paint all of the tiny little details, because most of my pieces are 4 by 6 inches. I've always been a patient person, but when it comes to these paintings, coffee and music helps. I also have a picture of my grandfather on my desk, and having it there helps me. I hope he's proud. I hope you all have enjoyed this video so far. Now that Christmas is over, I plan to paint more castles and palaces. And I also plan on painting more spooky things, because Halloween and spooky things are one of my biggest interests. And I will let you all enjoy the rest of this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope this brings you peace. I'll see you again soon.